remember when we met Jatinder Chattar for the first time, and he looked at us, and it took time to build a relationship. And he said, the shame is not Kusum's, it's ours. And that's what it is. And when we heard the verdict, we've been with Mr. Shrikant Jadhav, I will call him Shrikant Jadhav. He is heading the police academy in Haryana and is responsible now for training and sensitizing all the police officers in Haryana. It's a very, very critical post that he's holding, because unless the police is not sensitized, justice will not be delayed, it will be denied. We really hope all these men become role examples for all of us to follow. I remember Jatinder Chattar when the verdict came out, and it was a very dark day for all of us. And when he looked at us and he said, I will fight, and I will fight till the end, I said, this is the end of the film, because he is the winner. We have with us Sunil Jaglan, who the chairperson of the Women's Commission, respected Mrs. Sharma, said, selfie with the daughter. That is Sunil Jaglan. Please take a bow. Every village and corner of his village has the names of the daughters outside the house, and he is going from pillar to post, knocking on doors, trying to make change happen. And now he also spends a lot of time in court because he has 281 cases against him to break his resolve. And now we have, of course, Mr. Baljit Ji, which I have to admit I was very frightened to meet. He is the largest CARP leader in the country, so you can imagine. I think for the first 2 hours, we were not able to have a conversation because I was holding as many prejudices as he was on me. And I realized at that time, unless there is a clean lens, we will not be able to have a conversation. And when I removed my own biases and I said, Baljit Ji, I am seeking answers, that's when the conversation started. Today, he will take the movement across 2,000 villages in India. Mr. and Mrs. Tanwar, we could not have done this without you. With all that was going on, you helped us understand what was happening on the ground. And once again, I cannot thank everyone present here. Thank such an amazing audience. Thank the entire diplomatic community to bring the world together. Please give me the honor of bringing on stage the head of United Nations Women, Nishtha Satyam.
Excellencies, members from the diplomatic fraternity, it is an absolute pleasure. This is the one thing that doesn't bore me, because we've done it again and again and again. And we have always, at the end, spoken to an audience that is standing. And I think that's the power of the movie. The reason the UN has joined hands with Vibha is because if we don't do anything different from what we did today, which is all of you in this country, we're looking at a situation of 898 women to 1,000 men in 2031. Let me say that again. If all of us don't do anything differently in our lives, in our personal lives, from what we did yesterday or today, in this country, we're looking at 898 women to 1,000 men in 2031. That doesn't sound like a superpower, does it? That doesn't sound like the largest democracy in the world. And I know that the fact that we have come together will change this reality. allow me a moment to speak to you about the He for She movement, which is in support of the wonderful work that Biba has done. He for She, when we started it at the United Nations and launched it in September 2014, we said, and honestly, for those of us in the fraternity, we know there's an email from headquarters to do something, and you look at it and you're like, yeah, at my own time, at my own pace, I'm going to launch this. We never thought it would be the movement that it is. But within 1 day of launching the He for She movement, one man from every country of the world had signed up as a He for She. From every single country of the world. So as somebody who's been at the forefront of the feminist movement, it's probably our bias that we did not acknowledge that there were men out there who were ready to put their hands up for change and to be the reason for change. I am so glad that we have some of our heroes on stage here. It takes incredible courage. It takes incredible will to go first. But that's what the difference is. All of you are so precious. The story is so precious to us at the UN that we want to take it everywhere. I really hope that each one of you, irrespective of your gender, will put up your hands as a He for She, as the person who triggers that movement in your own sphere of influence. I do have a special message for all those that I am seeing in uniform here. हम रोज इन मुद्दों पे काम करते हैं on an everyday basis. हम रोज कई ऐसे केस देखते हैं, कई ऐसे केसेस सुनने में आते हैं जिसमें न्याय की बात तक नहीं होती. It is just a case, it's just the normalization of violence. और सबसे ज़रूरी और सबसे महत्वपूर्ण और सबसे बदलाव के जो फोरफ्रंट पे है वो पुलिस वाले हैं. वहीं से बदलाव की शुरुआत हो सकती है. You are the most important. The law enforcement is one of the most critical links in the delivery of justice. And I hope we realize that the power that we have within ourselves and within that uniform. It's a happy evening at the end of the day for two reasons. One, because we sang the national anthem twice. Two, because there are people in this room who have the power to change. And there are examples for you who have put up their hands first to trigger that change. Thank you so much for spending this evening. It will be incomplete for me if I do not ask Ms. Suman Nalwa, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Training and Principal of the Police Training School, to join us on stage wherever you may be, ma'am.